Okay, so friends, there are different turn-on methods of SCR. So first method is a gate triggering. Okay, so let's discuss gate triggering. So we have seen this diagram, and from this diagram we can see that when anode is positive and cathode is negative, then as we goes on increasing voltage, still it is not conducting because junction J2 is reverse biased. Okay, at this point breakover will take place and then it will start conducting, right? But it is a huge voltage. Again, it can damage the device. So what we wish to turn on the device with very less voltage. Okay, this is voltage. X-axis is the voltage. Okay, so for that we apply gate pulse. So when we apply gate pulse, if gate pulse is of a small value, then somewhere here your device will get turned on. Are you getting? Okay, instead here, prior to it, it will get turned on. If get pulse is some of adequate value, then it may turn on prior like here. And if get pulse is of a appropriate value, okay, high value, then your device will get directly turn on from here. Are you getting? So this is how we can turn on the device. That is called as a gate triggering. Next is a forward voltage triggering. Now what is forward voltage triggering? Forward voltage triggering is already we have seen it. See, forward voltage triggering means instead gate pulse, anode is positive, cathode is negative. Gate pulse is not given. So as we goes on increasing, average breakdown will take place and device will start conducting. That is obviously forward voltage triggering. See, gate triggering we have seen. This is forward voltage triggering. Okay, this is we have seen. Then dv by dt triggering. Now what is dv by dt triggering? dv by dt triggering is a we can say dv by dt means rate of change of voltage. So with forward voltage across anode and cathode, the outer junction J1 and J2 are forward bias, but J2 is reverse bias. Okay, so to make it forward bias, see generally IC current it acts as a when two junctions are forward bias and middle junction is reverse bias, then it behaves like a capacitor due to charges. Its upper junction will act as upper plate, lower junction will act as a lower plate, and it will behave like a capacitor. Okay, and capacitor current is it's given as a CJ dV by dt. So if the rate of rise of forward voltage is high, then charging current IC would be more, acting as a gate current and triggering on the thyristor. Okay, so as if we increase the voltage by some higher rate, then your device will get turned on fast. Okay, therefore when the rate of change of voltage across the device becomes large, device may turn on. Okay, this is dv by dt triggering. Next, thermal triggering. What is thermal triggering? So as I said that junction J1 is forward bias when anode is positive, junction J3 is forward bias, junction J2 is a reverse bias. Now though junction J2 is reverse bias, there is some leakage current present in the device. Now that leakage current is increasing temperature of the junction J2, which is reverse bias. Okay, so what will happen if we apply appropriate temperature at junction J2 externally, then due to that temperature resistance will decrease and leakage current will increase. Now as leakage current will increase, automatically temperature of junction will increase. Okay, so as temperature increase, again resistance decrease, leakage current increase. So this will be a consecutive continuous process, and due to this continuous process, device will start to conduct. Light triggering. What is for light triggering? For light triggering, first we have to do is, so a small notch is made in a thyristor. Let me show you at gate connection. Okay. So here we can see in this P layer, here small, here we can see small niche, small depth is made on this particular layer. Okay, and then see. Okay. Now, when light is allowed to strike this terminal, free charge carriers are generated, electrons and holes. Similar like when we give gate pulse. When intensity of light becomes more than a normal value, the thyristors start conducting. Okay. This type of thyristors are called as a LASCR. Energy is imparted by light radiations, and electron holes pairs are generated, increasing number of charge carriers. These lead instantaneous. Now we'll see switching characteristics. Now how thyristor will get turn on, how it get turn off. That characteristics are called as a switching characteristics. Okay. So turn on time of a thyristor is divided into three different parts. TD, which is called as the delay time, TR, which is called as the rise time, and TP is the spread time. Similarly, turn off time is divided into two times: reverse recovery time and gate recovery time. Okay. Now see, this is the characteristic. Don't get confused. It is very simple characteristic. In first characteristic, gate pulse is given. Now in second characteristic, see, this is the anode voltage. When will there will be maximum voltage when device is off. Okay, so this is blocking voltage. Complete voltage will be blocked. At that point, there will be only some leakage current. See here, this is a leakage current. Anode current means main current. Sorry, where is the anode current? Okay, this is anode current. Anode current will not be present. Some leakage current will be there. Gate is not given. Now, when we give gate pulse at this point, see here, here gate current start increasing. Okay, so when gate current reaches 90% of its value, gate value, when gate current reaches to 90% of its value, from that point your anode current slowly start increasing. Till then, there is only leakage current. Are you getting? Now, from 90% to 100% of a gate current, when gate percent reaches from 90% to the 100%, what happens in this particular region? Voltage, which was completely blocked, now it start decreasing. Okay, it decreases from 100% to 90%. So 10% voltage is allowed to pass. Similarly, the anode current, which was zero or almost zero, it will increase to 10% of its value. Okay, so there is some delay to actually start the device when it's called as a TD, delay time. Now, from this particular point, your gate current is now constant. Okay, so at gate current is constant, slowly your anode current start increasing. As anode current start increasing, your voltage will start decreasing. Okay. Now, when voltage reaches 10% of its value, okay, means nothing is blocked, almost is device conducting, or your anode current reach from 10% to 90% of its final value. What happens? This time, which is the actual time, rise time, it's called as the TR, rise time. And from here, what happens? Your voltage will almost become zero. There will be some leakage voltage, drop voltage, and anode current will reach from 90% to 100% of its value, and that is called as a spread time when it gets spread. Okay, and here from this point till this point, it is the actual conduction. Are you getting? Similarly, what happens when this is a gate pulse? No. Now, at this point, what you start to do is you decreases gate current. Okay. So, as gate current is removed, anode current will slowly start reversing. Okay, here it will reach to zero. Okay, till then there is some drop only. Okay, voltage is not blocked. Till voltage is not blocked, anode current will decrease to zero, and due to presence of charge, it will start increasing in a reverse direction. Are you getting? It will start increasing reverse direction. It will reach to some value, highest value, okay, of reverse conduction, and then slowly reverse conductions reduces. Are you getting? Okay, so from point T1 to T3, this is called as a reverse recovery. So we are recovering device needs original format, original condition. That is called a reverse recovery. And from here, what happens? Though now junction J1 and J2 are stable, J1 and J3. At junction J2, there are still some free electrons and holes. Okay, so what to do with it? We need to recombine it. Okay, so from this point to this point, this is called as a gate recovery. Means that particular these things, electrons and holes are compelled to recombine. Are you getting? So here you can see this will be some reverse voltage, and then it will come to the zero. Okay. So this point when the electron and holes recombine, so it's called as a gate recovery. And at the point T4, device is completely switched off. Okay. So this time is called as a T. Power, obviously, when there is a voltage and current, then there will be some power loss. So during turn on, always there is some power loss. Okay. This is how we have seen a switching characteristics of ACR. Thank you.